Hey everybody, welcome back to Banjo Kazooie. Last time we dealt with Mumbo's Mountain, and now we're gonna go take care of Trove Cove. So this is after the. So let's go take care of that. It's down here. Over to the left, we saw last time was the puzzle room for Click Clock Wood. Of course, we know we're close by because we hear the accordion. Alright. Alright, this will be Trove Cove. Alright, so those enemies take 2 hits. So we see a Jinjo down here, and it's like, oh, he just kind of seems like he's just down there for the fun of it. But there's a reason, because there's a shark. And that's Snacker, and he literally just pissed me right the hell off. And he's going right through the sound post, so that, or the post down there. Awesome. Okay, game, you gonna swim? Banjo, Kazooie, feel like it? Alright, so we took care of that. So we don't have to worry about that until next time we get caught in the water. Of course, these enemies take 2 hits. Unless you do a ground pound onto them, then they only take like 1, so that's pretty convenient. Alright, so we got a multitude of different things. Unlike kind of Mumbo's Mountain, which was like 2 cliff sides, you know, you just kind of went along. It was like a straight line, or it was like a curvish line, but you went up and down the hill, basically, or the mountain, I guess. This area is more of a central. This area is more like you kind of go around in the center, and there's a central point, which is like the pirate ship, and then up there is the actual cove area and everything. So. I keep hitting down on the right stick because it's like, I don't know, from playing other games. So, alright, let's take care of this. Gonna reach new heights with my shock jump spring. Yay! Does Kazooie do it? My legs are tired. Yep, pretty simple. Press and hold A. Whoops. Originally, I was always confused by this and would just press the button, and so it would just play the beginning animation for it, but then it's like, well, you know, she doesn't complete it unless you press and hold A, but there was a reason for that as well. So, and we got some red feathers for the first time. I forgot this is even a Jiggy. Alright, so we got the first Jiggy of the area. Okay, there's something I never noticed until now. So I'm playing on a new TV that I got. Oh, we want to watch out for these enemies, because if they hit you, they actually eat some of your items, like your eggs and feathers and such. So, don't want to deal with that. I was gonna say is that I'm watching on a new TV, and I never noticed that the numbers, like for those eggs and the jiggies, the actual numbers themselves have like a little, like, checker boxes icons in making up the number. There we go. Ground pound takes care of them in 1 hit, and also gives you double the honeycomb pieces. So, and I just fell off. Awesome, awesome. That's gonna be the main theme of today, and I can't see anything. Look at this. Hungry ass bastard. Oh my god, there you go. Okay. I should really... This is like starting and stopping multiple things all at once. But whatever. Just need to get through. I don't know if it just feels like I have like no depth perception. There we go. That's why, because I'm not out far. Oh, I should have done this later anyways. Whatever. So out there we see there's a extra honeycomb piece. I'll get that later. I'm not going to do that conventional means because as you can tell, they want you to kind of swim out there and deal with Snacker, but you know what? We can deal with that in an easier way. All right. And yes, there's a giant rock out there, and as you notice, I'm not going to talk about it quite yet because I don't really want to talk about it because it's going to take a while. If you're playing the original N64 version, that rock, you'll just see... Well, okay, I might as well talk about it then. I don't have the first-person mode, do I, in this game? Oh my god, I can't even do it. Okay, we'll have to fly to it. But anyways, normally that island is actually underwater, and you can't get into that hole, but... because this is the Xbox Live version and I have Banjo Kazooie connectivity and nuts and bolts and all that set up, I didn't realize that just opened it up for all the files, so we're going to deal with this real quick. Nipper's Beach. This is our boss battle of the area. If you call these boss battles. I mean, they really are. It's just... I'm just thinking of, like, in case of Banjo Kazooie logic. Yeah, come on. There we go. Usually I get tripped up, because if you go for some reason on the third hit, he, like, moves faster, so if you try to go in for it, you'll probably get knocked back, and that's not a good thing. But I was up to his tricks this time. He regressed into the shell, and I'll just assume that he turned into these two guys. It's the only logical explanation. Either way, he's gone now, so... And we got another Jiggy. Doot, doot. Okay, wait a minute. So the color changed to yellow, but was blue outside. I never think I've ever noticed that either. I may have had a stroke and never even realized it this entire time. Or I've seen it and just, oh well. Anyways, as I try to rethink life itself. I hate these damn things. They have like weirdest hit detection. It's just freaking full of eggs anyways. One of them has a jig in it, so I believe it's up along the cliffside over there, but we'll deal with his crying in a second. Let's go up here. With the bottles here. Here's our second thing, and probably one of the most useful things in the entire game. It's time to fly. Stand on a flying disc and press A. Here's 25 red feathers to help you into the air. Yeah, so it's blue outside, but it was yellow in a cave or a smaller area. Learned all the codes and the moves, yay! Hold on, sir. I have to get this Bumbo token first, before I help you. I hope you understand. So yeah, he speaks in burp, and we can speed up his burp. Alright. Yeah, so his treasure, he ran the ship aground, and so his treasure is still stuck here. Good lord, come on, game. Alright, so we got one of them. Oops. And then, of course, obviously there's no... Whoops. Yeah, I'll give them both to him. That threw me off because he automatically starts pulling it out. That's what she said. That was bad. It's kind of easier to maneuver when you use the slow swimming ability sometimes, like especially in these areas. Better precise movements. Alright, so we're done with that. Now we'll go up there, give him his 2 blocks of gold. Yeah, you gonna give him the second one? Jesus. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something real quick. There we go. Alright. So we got 3 jiggies. 30% of the way through. Okay, so we're gonna go back up here. Oh, I forgot that frickin' guy. Oh well. Yeah, you can either run into the ground or... Oh, shit! I don't like the foot detection on that damn thing. Yep. Stop. Alright, let's try this again. So what are we gonna do this time? So anyways, you can get out of the thing flying by like running into the ground, or that was clutch, or doing a ground pound. And that way you don't have to deal with Snacker. So there's like only one like area where Snacker doesn't show up. So anytime you get in the water, like normally, there's like a little puddle over there where the sandcastle's underwater. So that's about the only other place that he does not show up. But okay, we're gonna go do this. Little interesting view. You can see right through Banjo's legs, because they are transparent while we're doing that. And for some reason in this area we have like no music, because it's to signify it's super high up. There's plenty of eggs in this area if you need them. Oh yeah, I lost my train of thought before. So the island over there is like snack food or shark food island. It's normally in the ground, but because of the connectivity between Banjo Tooie and Nuts and Bolts on the Xbox Live version, that thing has automatically come up, and so we can go in there and get a egg from there, the Stop and Swap egg, which. Yes, well, I'm trying to figure out when's a prime opportunity to talk about Stop and Swap without, you know, getting really off topic, but maybe I'll just try to explain it now. Anyways, So Stop and Swap was supposed to be some. I'll do this in a quick way. Stop and Swap was supposed to be was an infamous thing that was part of this game. That there used to be items that or certain doorways that were closed off, in the normal game, and people wonder, what's the point of that? Well, when you beat this game on 100% completion, you get the special ending where Mumbo shows you Stop and Swap stuff. And you're like, oh, cool! So we can finally unlock those areas, along with there's an ice key. That's probably the most apparent one. Is there's just a glass or ice wall that has an ice key behind it, and it's like, oh my god, what the hell is that? But of course you can't get to it by normal means, and it was like, so what are we supposed to do with it? Because obviously you've got 100% completion, and you still don't have that key. Well, you were supposed to, as far as I know, or I can remember off the top of my head, there was supposed to be a connectivity thing between Banjo Tooie and this game. And it was supposed to be that you'd find something in Banjo Tooie that would basically allow you to unlock it in Banjo Kazooie. Or it was the password or something like that, I want to say. Now I sound like a dumbass because, of course, I don't have everything in front of me. I'm going to get these first before I mess up. Anyways, what was supposed to happen was that there was supposed to be a way for you to... I'm going to say you want to do the password in that version, which allows you to unlock it in this version. And then... No, that doesn't make any sense either. I can't remember. Either way. There was supposed to be, at some point, the connectivity was supposed to make it happen where you were supposed to be able to just take out your cartridge from this version. Like, take out the cartridge while you're playing the game, and then while the console is still on, so you have the console on, you take out the cartridge real quick, and then you switch it to the other game. And it's supposed to be like, what the hell? And basically, the way that would have worked is that the N64 has RAM built into it, and the RAM is saved into the system for a certain amount of time, allowing people to basically swap the cartridge out, and then, swap the new game in there, and the RAM would be stored still there. This RAM would still be available, and it would unlock whatever it needed to unlock in the game that you swapped it to. The problem is that Rare built this based off of the original specs of the N64, which was allow you, like, I want to say it was like 10 seconds, 12 seconds or so for this stuff to be able to work. So it was going to be a tight window, but it got even worse because then Nintendo released a newer version of the N64 where that RAM window drastically was reduced to like barely any time whatsoever. And so there was no way in hell that anybody was going to be able to do the Stop and Swap with like the new N64. So basically Rare's like, yeah, we have to scrap that. So when it came to Banjo Kazooie, 2 of the eggs and the ice key just show up in the game itself. You don't have to do like password things at all. And it's kind of weird because the two, like the items show up, but they're just like in like an enemy that looks like an N64 cartridge. So yeah. That didn't. So I get what they were trying to do. It was going to be nifty, but when you're trying to rely on the schematics of when you're trying to rely on the system itself to do what you need to do, that's not good. Come on. Hopefully I can kill this guy. Oh man. I think one more will do it. I'm sure I'm going to get hit. Hey, I did it without getting killed. How about that? I mean, I think they just do like 1 or 2 damage anyway, so it's no big deal, but it's all worth it so I can get a Jiggy. Shit, we've already got 7 Jiggies. Time flies when you're having fun, of course. But yeah, And Rare has like been known to, I'm gonna say, they had some weird stuff that they always used to do. Like Donkey Kong 60, oh shit. Donkey Kong 64 is a prime example. If I can stop fluttering all over the place. Donkey Kong 64 is a prime example of like weird programming. So if you ever remember Donkey Kong 64 way back when it was first getting released, it came with the Nintendo expansion pack, and it's like, look, you gotta add this expansion pack to your N64 to be able to play this game. And it was like, well, why do you need to do it? And it was basically because Rare had a bug in the game where it would just randomly crash, and the only way to fix it was to put this expansion pack in there. And it was like, yep, that'll fix it. And it cost Nintendo a lot of money because of it. So, yeah. And if you ever play, by God, if you try to play the... Maybe I can hit this guy. No, I can't hit this guy. I'm just gonna take my lumps. Oh yeah, he was ready to blow. Ooh, there's a Momo token behind there. I never knew that. Yeah, otherwise the Wii U release version of Donkey Kong 64 also shows an issue with, my God, that cloud looks awful. Has an issue with the minigames, where apparently a lot of stuff in the minigames relied on the fact that the game needed to be played at a certain frame rate. But because the Wii U takes out that frame rate issue, now all the minigames are almost impossible to beat. Like, there's a Searchlight one that goes way too fast. And it's like, God damn, come on. Why would you do something like that? It's basically what I consider to be MacGyvering solutions. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess that works out. But it's like, you know, what happens if you know, I don't know. I just find it weird. So... a lot of nonsensical ideas, I guess, that sounded good at the time because it was like, well, we need to get this game out, but you know, in hindsight, it's like, Jesus Christ, we've made it so that it's borked any other time that you try to play the game. So, alright, anyways, following off that tangent, trying to chase after these red X's. Basically, you've noticed that there's like little, like large areas, plain areas that haven't had anything in it. Well, we're just gonna go around and ground pound each one of them, and that should take care of it. And of course, every time X marks a spot, except it leads us to another location every single time. So we're just gonna keep going. It's Shark Food Island. Wrong. I don't really want to go into Shark Food Island yet. I will at a point. Man, that is a glaring problem to be able to see through Banjo's legs. Where did he go? You literally just stop, but he's like right to the right of you. Oh, he's over there. Damn it. That guy, I don't think I needed it anyways. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't like this enemy because if you try to hit it, there, yeah, you're supposed to knock into that. There we go. All right, one more jiggy to go, and I know what it is. See, we're not far enough in the water to trigger that guy yet, so... Still missing. So we know that honeycomb piece is there. I'm trying to remember where the other one is. And of course, we gotta get all the notes, too. Okay. Those are red feathers. I know it's in like a small alcove or something, I'm pretty sure, around like this side area. This is like the area that I always forget about. Like Treasure Trove Cove, because it's like, well, the rest of it is just, you know, like a rocky cove-like area, but no, it's got this stuff to deal with too. So I'm gonna go search around. I've got the camera like way too far forward. I don't know why it's like that. There it is. It is underwater. Leave me alone! At least he isn't like too much on your ass when you're trying to get that stuff. This way I can get the Mumbo token. I think the last notes... It's weird. I couldn't pause. Huh. Anyways. We're gonna get back up here. Oh. Strange. I'll go fly out to that honeycomb, empty honeycomb piece, and then we'll fly right back over to this area. Because this right over there is the last Jiggy that we need. There we go. That way you don't have to deal with Snacker. Of course, if I wanted to, we could fly all the way out to that island. I'll save that for a later point. Just when I show off, if I decide to show off all the mystery eggs, because honestly, they do work the way that they intend to now, where it's basically you have the connectivity between the two. Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie on the Xbox Live version, which it's easy because it's like, well, basically the game just reads the fact that you have Banjo Tooie in the first place, and then it goes, oh, I'll unlock these for you now. Okay, makes a lot of sense to me. So then you can just go collect them, and of course, once you save and collect them, now it'll show up in Banjo Tooie. So, oh yeah, these are the last notes. Okay, we're in good. Because there's 96, and then the last 4 should be in here. If I remember. And then that should do it for the area. Yeah, excuse me for being so kerfluffled, but... And this is simple. You literally see it says Banjo Kazooie on the wall. We have things down here, so... We got 100 seconds to go and spell out Banjo Kazooie. If you do not spell out Banjo Kazooie in that time, I want to say you lose a life. I've never lost a life. I can't. Oh, there's a J. Never had that issue, so I have no idea. Okay. That's weird. But if you get the wrong letter, I believe also that the game just goes, gives you a hit. Like you take damage for spelling the wrong letter. I don't know why you would take damage, but you know. It's very simple. Even with that mistake, we still had half the time left. So, and this guy's kind of weird. He has like a lot more health than normal enemies do. And there we go. Ruthless. Alright, so looking at this, view totals. Yep, 110 to 29 minutes. Hot diggity. How long did it take for that one? 16 minutes. So yeah, if I wasn't out of my mind for half of this and rambling about randomness, but I'd get taken care of it a lot faster. But you know, that's just the name of the game and the fact that I'm not very good at talking and playing, so why the hell am I doing Let's Plays? But you know, it's something fun to do, and that's the point, is to have fun doing it. Unless it's Star Trek the game. So yeah, there we go. We took care of that area. Now we've got the snappers out here. And we'll go get the Jiggy, which was launched out of the cannon. Whoops, too much sliding going on. There we go. So we got that. So yeah, Treasure Trove Cove is basically done. As long as I'm over here and as long as I'm playing, we'll go ahead and go back into here, down here, go, because now we have the shock jump. We can take care of this. We have 20 jiggies, so I think we're okay. Whoops. I can't remember what the button is. I want to place all your pieces in the picture, just press the right trigger. Oh, so I didn't even unlock it yet. I was trying to use a skill that I didn't even unlock yet. It's like, damn it. Clanker's Cavern. And Clanker's Cavern's entrance is right above where the evil mouth looking thing is in the next room. If I can show you. Basically, anytime that there's a weird mouth structure, just to talk about it. I can't, because of course, well, there's a mouth and eyes above it if you, yeah. Either way, so. Those things are down. But if we go over here, we hit that, it makes those go up, which I don't know why the hell they didn't just go up in the first place. But, you know, there's also another one over there, which would actually take us to the next puzzle for the, if I hit it now, there's a series of tubes and stuff that you can do up there and everything, and that will take us to the next set of puzzles. But yeah. Alright, that's it for today. Next time we will tackle Clanker's Cavern. I'm also, instead of sounding like and talking about Stop and Swap and not making any sense, I'm actually going to find out how Stop and Swap was supposed to work. And if there's anything new, or to confirm what the hell I was talking about earlier, then I will let you know in the next episode. But until next time, see you later.